Good evening, everybody. It's RT here with Hxro Labs on a market update that could not have come at a more opportune moment. I'm going to dive into exactly what I'm seeing in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Bitcoin dominance, but most importantly, what I think may be coming up in December for altcoins. So let's take a look here first at the Bitcoin chart. There's a lot of uncertainty right now as we hang out just below these all-time highs after sweeping the high we made in late November. Thing I want to point out here, because my general thesis is that we don't necessarily have to nuke north or south, certainly not in the next week. And that's a big reason that I'm so bullish on alts right now. And I'm really not. I like a moon boy. Like long term, I love alts. They're my bread and butter. I love to trade them. But if you guys follow me on Hxro Labs Live, you know I go through entire months and seasons where I don't touch them. I'm sitting in Tether, I'm sitting in Bitcoin. So you don't have to worry about me just making up reasons why I think alts are bullish. I am being very selective. I've been very patient. I think the time has come, and I'm going to point out why tonight. First of all, you have to understand how consolidating markets happen. Well, as you can see here, off the bottom, nice big uptrend, smack down. What does that do? Shocks the market into a consolidation, a series of lows and highs that are all over the map while everyone was guessing earlier this year. What was happening during that time? Altcoin accumulation. You remember that in May and June, things were starting to build up. July, they started to pop off. We had ramp up through August, and we really put in the high in altcoins here during that consolidation. Smackdown. What did that do? Shocked the market into consolidation. All right, so now it's October. We're getting into a bull on Bitcoin. Altcoins are really getting roasted. They're falling off a cliff. Oh my God, what a sick trend. We're headed to the highs. Smack down, smack up. Market is in shock right now. Very good chance, in my opinion, that we are going to be consolidating. And that's a big range. There's going to be so much chop in here for people who are trying to say, oh, we're breaking low, I'm gonna sell. Oh my God, we're going to the highs, I'm gonna buy. And that is gonna drive people nuts. So I don't know that Bitcoin is really what you want to trade right now unless you're doing the fib pong, which I've talked about on my Twitter and Hxro Labs Live quite extensively. You should check it out, it's dope. But with that in mind, okay, you gotta keep in mind, I mean, of course anything can happen, but it's this shock that this dump put in the market. Really nice retest here. This is a bull trend. It is not topped. There's no double top here until we break this level. So any kind of downward movement here is not overtly bearish until we break that level. Okay, and there's going to be a reload zone there that instead of selling at that moment, you should be looking for the bounce. You should be looking for bullish divergence. But I just wanted you to understand how we shock the market into consolidation, and I think that's what we just did. Meanwhile, you've got Ethereum versus Bitcoin trending up off a really strong level here on the weekly. This looks really nice. Stuck inside of this key support and key resistance range. If Ethereum wants to break out versus Bitcoin, that's all good. Bitcoin just got to its all-time high. Is Ethereum even halfway to its all-time high? No. Does it stand to reason then that it should continue its little trend here as we head more closer each month to the next phase of the ETH 2.0 launch, which I know will take years to finally roll out, but I'm sure that each phase and each milestone will act as a buy the rumor, sell the news, and that will be an uptrend where, each little sell-off in the uptrend is just the actual launch, like the beacon chain this week kind of caused that top. So, I mean, presumably it was the cause because it sold off within minutes of the launch. Seems coincidental, no? Now, over here, we've got Bitcoin dominance over here, and that is trending down pretty clearly. I mean, you could say that there's a different trend here with a low and a high and a higher low and a higher high and higher low, and maybe we're going up, but the way I see it here on the weekly, we're just trending down. I mean, pretty clear rejection off that level, which we also look at very regularly on Hxro Labs Live, which is here. You can see here, Nick and I discussed this as a trend reversal. So we're getting out altcoins. We're already kind of out of them here because a lot of tops just came in and the charts just look bad and we took profit. It's all good. Now it's time to chill. Get into your Bitcoin, get into your Tether, whatever your flavor. I had a bit of both. Got up here, rejected at the highs, actually right off of this chaos level here, the 4669, so sick. Right off the 886, rejected. Okay, breakout on Ethereum, Bitcoin. We're back into a risk on window. That's confirmed bearish market structure on Bitcoin dominance. That happened last week, and now we're just consolidating. We even got the bearish retest that I was looking for with this little squiggly, and now we're just kind of consolidating. And if you zoom in, that's actually kind of a bear flag. So again, consolidating, smacked back into that level, and now it's just kind of hanging out. Where's the next break going to be? Well, I don't know, but the trend is down. So probability rests with the trend. All of this to say that the market is primed for altcoins. Now let's get into maybe more of the social aspect of this. Everyone's watching Bitcoin right now. Maybe you're not seeing it on Google Trends and all this and that. It's hitting news. It's getting coverage. People are on lockdowns. They're at home. They're hurting for money in some cases. Maybe not so much that they can't afford to speculate, but that they're looking for ways to get more. They look at Bitcoin. Man, that looks expensive. Oh my God, it's at its all-time highs. But come on over here, altcoin town, there's a whole bunch of them that are not at their highs. They're looking very attractive. They don't cost very much. They could be the next Bitcoin. That's the narrative. This consolidation that I'm seeing on the Bitcoin, remember, we get to the top, smack down, race back up. First of all, not that bearish that we printed a higher high and we didn't just hang out up here, wick up here and sweep the highs. I mean, we hung out here, closed, I think 1 or 2 daily candles. Well, we got the one close, and the second one actually did just close above there tonight. So keep that in mind. Not overtly bearish. Was that a blow off top? Hell no. That's not how blow off top looks. We would have had a huge wick at the top. So no, this is not a blow off top. This is a very high place to be rushing in to buy your very first Bitcoin. So I'm not advocating that. But what I am advocating is that Altseason lives here. Okay, so we've got this nice range painted for us by this impulse move. Now you've got the breakout point here. Would not be shocked at all if that gets a test before we see new highs. And when it comes down here, what is everyone going to do? They're going to say, oh my God, you're going to see the 13K charts coming out. You're going to see the 15K charts coming out. I'm not saying those are off the table. I actually really want to buy some more Bitcoin at those levels. But I would bet that if we come down here and break this range EQ and start trading into the lower half of this range, there's going to be some bullish divergence. There's going to be a low that's put in, maybe a little bounce up, and then a new panicky low that comes in on divergence. We hang out here, maybe trend back up. This is our range. This is the consolidation that major shock put into the market. And however that's going to look, it's going to be fib pong, I think, for December. And that is such good news for altcoins. The violent moves on this chart will be the dips in altcoins we need to buy. When do I stop buying a dip? When does that change for me? Well, below here, death. Probably going to have to go back to Tether, get some Bitcoin, really secure things for a little bit, maybe get on some little hedge shorts. Who knows? That's neither here nor there. I'll have to see what happens when that time comes. But I have alerts set. I have alerts set at the EQ, alerts set at the range lows, and I have alerts set at $20,001. Now, we go back up here. I got to get back into Bitcoin, get back into ETH. So there are opportunities here to eat shit as well. You got to be safe, got to be careful, got to manage risk. But the storm is perfect for altcoins right now. And again, I don't say this very often. In fact, I think our stream would get a lot more viewership if we just sat there and moonboyed all day. But I really do say risk off a lot of the time. Like this entire, last 2 months have not been really touching alts. A couple scalps here and there, but not loading the bags. I'm loaded up now. And we're seeing lows coming in on things like DOT, right? If you saw this inversely, you'd be like, man, that's bearish as fuck. Well, it's bullish. You've got HBAR, actually just broke out today, thankfully, a little bit after I bought, buying this down here, and you're seeing this across so many different altcoins. Hedera Hashgraph hasn't made any noise this year after breaking out like insanity in January. It's been consolidating for quite a while. So after this huge rally, it's been cleaning up the chart. I think it's good. Look, this is not a call for like all-time highs by the end of the year. I mean, let's get a bearish retest. Let's get a second leg up to another bearish retest. That's a 100 or 200% rally through December. So what I'll be deploying is what's called a little old lady strategy. Shout out to TRI for that one. And it's going to be selling half on a double. So I've already got my orders working. From where I bought at exactly double that price, I'm selling half of my position. I'm going to have that free position remaining, and I'm going to have my money back. Okay. And I'm going to take all that money back, and I'm going to start planting it into new seeds, other things that maybe haven't popped yet, or waiting for the market to cool off, or putting it into Bitcoin, whatever. But I'm not going to keep it in blindly. And that way, no matter how high it goes, I'll have a position still. But if it does roll over, as long as I get that double, I made some money. So let's take a look at some of the altcoins I'm seeing. HBAR, really like this project. People just seem to forget that they have a partnership with Google and they're going to be dope. A couple 100 million market cap. People are greedy. They want something lower, so they don't buy it. This thing's going to do okay. I think I can get a double out of it. Bluezell, looking good, right? Bullish market structure, break up, nice volume, pulled back into the reload zone. Starting to break out again, some new volume coming in, nothing crazy yet, but I want to be in there before the crazy. I don't want to show up after it's like, oh yeah, it's for sure alt season. There's risks on both sides. Me coming in early, well, I could just be bored. Could just go sideways for a bit. Could be wrong, could go down. Waiting for the breakout, waiting for leg one to finish. Yeah, that can be nice, like YFI. Second leg was great today. If you waited for leg 1 to finish to be sure that it wasn't going down anymore. But here's the thing. There's risk, obviously, in waiting for leg 1 because sometimes that's all you get. And then it rolls over. So all the other signs that I talked about tonight tell me that I'm ready to just step into these things. And ideally, I'm trying to find levels. Bitcoin makes a sudden move. This will touch that level. I will buy, add to my position. If Bitcoin really makes some moves, might even see some of these reload zones come in. So get your fibs working. Start hunting entries smartly so that you are not buying on the green bar days and then shaking yourself out on the red bar days that dip right into those nice buy zones. I think my favorite one right this minute, weirdly, because I don't know much about this project, except for to say that it's come out on Binance, still fairly low market cap, like sub 50, I think, possibly even sub 30. And this fib extension, you know, this actually reminds me of the swipe chart. SXP, when it first came out to Binance, had a really nice rally, consolidated right into its pump chaser zone. You know, this thing has broken right out through this trend line and confirmed new bullish market structure today and has not been rejected. I think it's got another leg, a complete other, basically ABCD of this first one. That's going to take us up to $1. That's a double. I'm in. I bought some. Tomo, fan favorite. I mean, look at this thing. Was I yelling to buy Tomo because I'm a big fanboy up here? No, I sold what I had. Now I'm like, holy shit, look at this. That looks like a bottom formation. That looks ready to go. Buyers are stepping in. Guys, this is everywhere right now. You got to keep an eye on it. I mean, look at DCR. Decred broke out today. It's not alt season. It never starts all at once. It's an echo effect. YFI, Sushi, DeFi, suddenly Decred. I don't know. Don't know what's going on here. Maybe they announced something. But this was clearly in the works. So don't tell me it can't happen. It's happening, but it hasn't happened everywhere yet. So get your eyes into the market. Start looking seriously at these things. Set your risk so that if and when Bitcoin decides to ruin the party, you're going to be ready. You're going to have a plan. I think below this and above that is pretty gross. Anything inside of here, dips are for buying. I'm so excited right now. I will keep updating you on Hxro Labs Live, on Twitter, at randomtask555, at Real Hero Labs. Hit us up. Chat with us. We're going to be all over this. Generally speaking, I always just say don't FOMO. You know, at the very least, get that pump chaser fib out. I will tell you this. If you're going to FOMO, if you're the type of person who's watching these alts waiting to FOMO, FOMO early. And whatever you do, always play from a position of strength. Take care, everybody.